Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say that it's only a matter of time before a massive fight between Ridge and Nick is going to happen. That's because there's no way Ridge is going to be able to contain his jealousy for Brooke's old flame, now that he's back in town again. During the latest episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, viewers could certainly see the hatred in Ridge's eyes as soon as Nick walked through the door. He definitely has no right to ask Nick what he's doing there with Brooke when Ridge himself has been bouncing between her and Taylor for so many years, right? Of course, the internet certainly did have a lot to say about the matter. Many B&B fans wrote comments such as, "Those beady eyes of Ridge were immediately filled with jealousy when he saw Nick. He's like a dog with a bone when it comes to Brooke. All it takes is to see her with someone else to fire him up." Another fan of the show wrote, "Today's episode was the best one in a very long time for me. Poor Nick will be yesterday's trash soon enough. Ridge won't be able to stand it. Then Tay-Tay and Looney can share a padded cell. I would prefer Nick and Brooke get back together for a while and cure Ridge from his constant wobbling and disrespect for the women in his life. I can't stand the spineless Rudge character. Would love to see him put in his place." And then there was this comment as well. The laugh that came out of my mouth. Wasn't he just waxing poetic to Taylor about how Brooke would find a new love and that they would all be okay? To have him eat those words when he walked into that office just cracked me up. A storm is brewing in Los Angeles, and this time, it's not between the usual suspects. The Bold and the Beautiful is about to reignite one of its most iconic rivalries, Ridge Forrester and Nick Marone. These two alphas haven't faced off in years, but a shocking turn of events is about to bring long-buried resentment, jealousy, and heartbreak surging back to the surface. The catalyst, Brooke's new confessionate, all begins with a simple conversation between Brooke, Logan, and her daughter, Hope. Brooke, in a moment of reflection, admits she still dreams about the what-ifs in her life, and shockingly, one of them involves Nick Marone. Hope, surprised, questions her mother's true feelings, prompting Brooke to confess that part of her heart never fully let go of Nick. Unfortunately, the conversation doesn't stay between mother and daughter for long. Steffi, overhearing this juicy tidbit during a visit to Brooke's mansion, wastes no time relaying it to Ridge, who is of course, stunned and infuriated. Ridge, now once again engaged to Brooke after months of will-they-won't-they tension, finds himself second-guessing her loyalty. What Ridge doesn't realize is that Nick is back in town and he's got business on his mind. And maybe more. Nick's return, business or pleasure. Nick returns to Los Angeles under the guise of exploring a merger between Marone Industries and Spencer Publications. Bill, ever the opportunist, welcomes the idea. But Nick's sudden reappearance raises eyebrows, especially when he makes an unannounced visit to Forrester Creations and Brooke. The moment is electric. Old memories surface as Nick and Brooke lock eyes. Brooke is visibly shaken, not expecting to see her former flame. Nick, on the other hand, plays it cool, dropping a subtle compliment about how time hasn't changed her beauty. Ridge walks in on the reunion. The sight of Brooke and Nick together is enough to unleash something primal in him. Ridge doesn't confront them immediately. Instead, he quietly leaves, seething with rage. Ridge's jealousy erupts back at the Forrester mansion. Ridge confronts Brooke. He demands to know what her true intentions are. Was Nick's visit prearranged? Does she still have feelings for him? Brooke is stunned by Ridge's lack of trust, especially after everything they've rebuilt. But Ridge can't be reasoned with, not when Nick Marone is involved. It's always been about him, hasn't it? Ridge snaps. Even when we were at our best, you always had that part of your heart locked away for him. Brooke, insulted and heartbroken, tries to defend herself. "I've made mistakes, Ridge, we both have, but I chose you. You're the man I want." But Ridge's jealousy won't let it go. And worse, he learns from Bill that Nick might be in town for more than just business. Rumors are swirling. Nick is considering settling down again, and he's been seen having dinner at Il Giardino with someone blonde, who looked a lot like Brooke. Taylor's unexpected involvement. While Ridge fumes, Taylor enters the picture, and she's more involved than anyone anticipated. As Nick's former lover and the mother of his child, Taylor has her own complex history with the man. When she hears he's back in town, she reaches out. The two share a surprisingly warm conversation, with Nick expressing his regrets about how things ended. Taylor, sensing that Ridge is on the verge of self-destruction over Nick's presence, warns him to tread carefully. But Ridge misses Taylor's concern as a defense of Nick, reigniting old tensions between them. He accuses Taylor of still harboring feelings for Nick, which she quickly denies. Still, the interaction plants a seed of suspicion in Taylor's mind. Could Nick actually be back for Brooke? And worse, could Brooke be open to it? The confrontation. At Forrester Creations, tensions explode when Nick shows up at Forrester Creations to pitch a joint nautical fashion line inspired by his time at sea. Hope and Thomas are intrigued. Zende sees the marketing potential. Even Steffi, reluctant at first, agrees it could be a brilliant move, especially with Forrester's numbers slightly slipping. Ridge sees red. How dare you come into my family's company and act like you belong here? Ridge growls, striding into the boardroom like a hurricane. This is my house, my legacy, and you don't get to touch it. Nick stands tall, unfazed. Still the same old Ridge, arrogant, insecure, and territorial. Relax, I'm not after your job. I'm here with a business opportunity. Something your son and niece seem to understand. You're not family, Ridge hisses. You never were. Maybe not by blood. But I sure as hell was close enough when I was married to Brooke. And when I was raising RJ, Nick fires back. His voice hard. Gasps fill the room. Brooke walks in mid-fight, horrified to see the two men ready to pounce on each other. Stop this, she yells. You're acting like boys on a playground. The words come too late. Ridge throws the first punch. A brutal, long-awaited brawl. The boardroom turns into a war zone. Nick and Ridge exchange blows. Years of pent-up rage erupting in each strike. Security scrambles to intervene. Brooke screams. Hope tries to pull Ridge away while Taylor rushes in to help stop the chaos. RJ, shocked, watches two men who shaped his childhood turn into enemies right before his eyes. You never deserved her, Ridge shouts, blood trickling from his lip. You were just a temporary mistake. Nick retaliates. The only mistake Brooke ever made was going back to you. It takes 5 people to separate them. Ridge's suit is torn, Nick's knuckles are bruised. But the damage goes far deeper than any physical injury. Brooke, heart broken and exhausted, walks out, saying nothing to either man. The aftermath sends shockwaves across Los Angeles. The fashion community gossips about the public altercation between the legendary Ridge Forrester and shipping magnate Nick Marone. Clients raise concerns. Media outlets speculate about a love triangle. Hope tries to calm Brooke, who's now emotionally torn. She knows Ridge's possessiveness stems from fear, but she also knows Nick's presence triggered something inside her, something unresolved. Taylor finds herself torn as well. She never expected to feel sympathy for Nick again, but watching Ridge spiral has reopened old wounds. She and Brooke, for once, find themselves strangely aligned, both tired of being pawns in Ridge's emotional chessboard. Steffi takes Ridge's side, blasting Brooke for reigniting drama that should have stayed dead. Thomas, however, surprises everyone by defending Nick's business plan, suggesting Ridge's ego is costing the company. Bill Spencer. He's loving every second of the chaos. He even offers Nick a job, just to twist the knife further. The shocking cliffhanger. Brooke's choice. The episode ends with a devastating twist. Brooke, still shaken from the fight, visits Nick at his rented beach house. She admits the whole situation has forced her to evaluate what she really wants in life. I don't want more pain, she whispers. But I also don't want to keep living in Ridge's shadow. Nick reaches for her hand. You don't have to. As Brooke gazes at the ocean, her future hangs in the balance. She's caught between 2 men, 2 histories, and 2 possible lives. But this time, she's not waiting for fate to decide. She turns back to Nick and simply says, I need time, but I'm not walking away. Meanwhile, Ridge watches from a distance, unseen, but not unaware. His jaw clenches, his fists curl. This fight between Ridge and Nick, it's far from over. Brooke makes a shocking confession that may end her relationship with Ridge for good. Nick receives an unexpected visitor from his past, with a secret that could rock the Forrester family. RJ confronts both Ridge and Nick about his childhood, forcing them to reckon with the damage they've done. Taylor and Brooke form a surprising alliance to protect themselves from the chaos of Ridge. A new woman enters Nick's life, and her presence will threaten to destroy everyone's plans. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our Bold and Beautiful Update YouTube channel for more update news.